Very good brother, Peter Obi, thinks that it was rigged out of that election.
I'm not going to discuss Peter Obi here. I've told you.
There are those who think that is going to be the next president of Nigeria.
I'm not going to discuss Peter Obi.
But that's your brother.
Yes, of course.
Where is solidarity?
There's no solidarity. I'm a member of APC. Any day I join Labour Party, I will have solidarity. I'm not going to discuss Peter Obi here.
You don't think Peter Obi is going
I don't want to discuss Peter Obi.
Why?
Because I don't want to do that. There's no problem.
You think he's a big force in the
No, I don't want to discuss Peter Obi in any kind.
Are you afraid to discuss Peter Obi because you know that he's a big political force?
Listen to me. I can discuss Tinubu. He's the leader of my party. I'm not a member of Labour Party. Any day you see members of Labour Party, you can ask them about Peter Obi.
You're a Southeast leader.
Yes, I'm a Southeast leader.
You're a big voice in the Nigerian politics.
I'm a big voice in the world economy and Nigerian politics, but I don't want to discuss Peter Obi.
Did he offend you?
No.
You're just afraid. Because you are the one who said, according to you, this is what you said. You said that your party, APC, not afraid of opposition coalition.
Well,
so why are you afraid to talk about Peter Obi?
No, because I don't want to discuss him. I mean,
what about...
See how Orji Uzor Kalu is dodging questions about Peter Obi. He's rejecting anything that will make him criticize Peter Obi or say anything about Peter Obi. He's not going to talk about Peter Obi. Do you know why he's scared? Peter Obi shocked everybody in 2023. They did not believe it. In fact, go and check recent history. From 1999 that we got into this democracy up until now, there is no Igbo man who have done or who has done what Peter Obi did in 2023. You know, some people in 2023 said Peter Obi lost the opportunity to become vice president of Nigeria, that if he was vice president, if he accepted to become vice president to Atiku, he would have been vice president right now. But some of that school of thought think that that's the best thing to do. Sometimes it's good to test your popularity. Imagine Peter Obi accepted vice presidential candidates under Atiku just like he did in 2019. Do you know Peter Obi, do you know Atiku will be thinking that the win, if at all they eventually go to win, the win so-called was because of him. Because he has been the one going for elections and the numbers have been counting for him. So it will be that Atiku, his numbers, you know, is actually what made Peter Obi, you know, made them win that particular elections. So, but some of us will say, look, it's a good thing that he took that decision to have left that party, PDP, and go try somewhere. And go try neutral party. It is shocking. It is shocking. I don't think there's anybody who has actually done something like that before. Not even a Buhari in his best period, aside the time he won in 2015. Buhari, when he was vying for positions from 2003 up until when he won in 2015, he has never mustered that kind of number and the number of states that Peter Obi mustered. 12 states, including the FCT. 12. And of course, we know that it was suppressed, especially the numbers in Lagos. So you see the popularity that Peter Obi brings to the and now they're not taking him seriously. If they had gone to that election and maybe they eventually lost that election, and maybe they score something lower, still lower than the incumbent, they would have said, Peter Obi knows Sabina, Peter Obi no get numbers. So sometimes it is not going through the rosy road that is always the best. Sometimes it's good to go through the rough patch to make a mark. See, if not for anything, for that 2023 alone, Peter Obi was on the ballot alone as the president, and of course he had his vice in Dati, and then the obedient movement that supported him, and of course other Nigerian people who were in solidarity with him. If not for the Nigerian system, if not for the system that we have surrounded ourselves with, Peter Obi would have won that election landslide. Of course, and again, the INEC fraud that they perpetuated, saying that it was a glitch. And up until now, somebody has not answered for that glitch. They are still running their thing as if it's normal. When there's a glitch, why didn't you repeat the elections if there's a glitch? Why don't you repeat it? Why don't you even isolate the presidential election alone and then do other elections, and so that we'll get it right? There's a glitch, and then people continued after lying to Nigerians that we're going to communicate the results real time. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, really. I mean, there's nothing to it, and quite frankly, there is no way that any of them isn't scared of Peter Obi in terms of the numbers. That is the reason why there's no coalition you will talk about right now without talking about Peter Obi. There is no coalition right now. You can't talk about, okay, where are we going to get the numbers without talking about a Peter Obi from the South. The North gave Tinubu 62% of the vote. South did not vote him. Nowhere in the South voted him. I mean, take a look at the numbers. He cleared Southeast and South. Cleared Lagos. Then the five states in the Southwest also voted Tinubu, but that was not significant enough to ruffle him. Imagine he just grabbed a bit of Northeast or maybe some parts of Northwest. That would have been, a foregone conclusion. So that is the reason why sometimes, I mean, I don't know how, who I may be inspiring with this, talk. But I believe that sometimes when somebody says this way is the way to go, and then you are seeing that this road is actually sweeter road, easy road, well, but this other road looks like it's not easy, it's difficult. Maybe that road that is difficult is actually very, very bad, but when you go through that road, it seems you become much more relevant because you've gone through that road and you would leave your own footprint. Thank you. I think there's even a word, a saying around it. Go the road that people haven't gone and make your mark. Make your step in the sands of time through roads that people haven't actually gone and make your mark. That rather than going through the road that everybody has gone through, because again, everybody has gone through that road. So it is important that these facts are stated. This fact must be always broadcasted to the ears and the minds of everyone who cares to listen, because like it or leave it, whatever coalition anybody is doing and does not involve Peter Obi, it is going to be a coalition in futility. Because what Tinubu is doing, the numbers he's going to lose in the North, of course, he got 62% of his votes in the North. So he's planning, maybe if he loses 30% of that 62%, maybe if he loses 50% of that 30% in the North, all he needs to do just to inflate Rivers, also add to Akwa Ibom, and then also see if he can grab his Lagos back now that he's incumbent. So he can replace whatever numbers the North is clamoring, that is shouting. He doesn't mind, shedding numbers in the North in order to gain some parts in the South. That's why he's head over heels with Rivers. Anything that can happen, let him leave. Even if the Tinubu I know, would have found a way to remove Fubara, nothing will happen. But he's scared that if he removes Fubara, there might be a huge problem that will affect him in the long run. If he goes through this Wiki's, advice, this Wiki strategy, because he's actually a smarter politician than Wiki. Wiki is all let's go and do. But he is a smarter guy, because if there's a way you forcefully remove Fubara, it will look like nothing is happening. you throw in military here and there, throw in equipment here and there, then they will meet you at the poll. Share this election is what you want to do. I go here now. So he needed to come each them and say, I beg, I need these rivers. If both of you are fighting and quarreling, I might be fighting, I might lose both you both and also lose these rivers. Please. That is the reason why all these meetings have been held. And then Fubara lately have been saying in his mind and in his words that he doesn't like what these people are saying about him or about the presidency, that the presidency actually saved him. Go and check my videos 2 months ago, some even 3 months ago, when all this is was actually playing out, that the president in his mind doesn't like what is going on, but he doesn't know how to tell Wike that, guy, shit your sword, man. Because it is about the people. At least let the people, let them have the semblance of, we are with you. He's a smarter politician. Somebody like that has ruled Lagos, that's single-handedly changed governors of Lagos, that is right under his hands. Lagos State, that is a country. Come on, man. So Wike even opened up recently in his media chat. It was open. I said clearly that guy, he didn't like that sort of emergency happened. If you were him, if you were called, he would have advised something different. So he didn't know that sort of emergency happened, and that's why he was quiet. The first few days that sort of emergency happened, he was quiet. He didn't he didn't believe what his eyes were seeing. You know, so it's an interesting times. You know, counting down to the elections. You know, it's crazy, man. In another few months, we'll be talking 1 year to that election. Remember, elections is in February of 2027. It's less than 2 years. In fact, it's 1 year, 8 months. 1 year, 8 months. That's what is left. Get ready, guys. It's going to be quite an interesting one.